Got two games that have gone to the half, and then a few games that, well, we're going to be here for a little while. So we will kick back and enjoy it. We get to watch some of the second half of some of these games that we'll be betting the halftime on while we're waiting for some of these other ones. As staggered the times pretty good. So we got two games at the half. We have three of them in the second quarter. A game with 6 punts, 19 points. I think the first thing that we do here is we go right on the Dolphins. They had the fumble inside the 20. They've dominated this game. Dominated it. I expect to see more of it. I'm going to go fairly heavy on this one, to be honest with you. I just think that's the play here. And on the money line, they're plus 145, so no reason not to pound both of those. We've got the Cardinals -3 against the Bills. I kind of like that one, too. I like the Cardinals. They're 120. So we've got 3 picks in so far. We've got the Dolphins on the money line, and then the Cardinals -3 against the Bills. This Steelers-Bengals game is pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't think they teach math at Georgia. I think that's what happened with Nick Chubb. We saw Todd Gurley, do the same thing. It's like, we can only hope. I had Cleveland in that game. It ended up costing me the game. We'll probably end up, at the end of the day when I do my math, it's going to end up costing me a lot of money. We can only hope that Nick Chubb, he's 1 touchdown and 1 yard short of some of his incentive bonuses. We can only hope. What a jerk. It didn't even make any sense. Meanwhile, the Steelers are dominating this game against the Bengals, but really struggling to get points on the board. They have 1 touchdown, then they went for the 2-point conversion and 2 field goals. And they've had 2 turnovers, that they've gotten from the Bengals in this game, but only 12 points to show for it. Like I said, 6 punts already in this Bengals-Steelers game. There's still 9 minutes left to go in the first half. We got 2 games that are ready to go to the half. The Saints, 3 games ready to go to the half. Denver knocking on the door here. It's the one game that's sitting directly behind the camera, but there's 18 seconds left to go in the half. I don't know what the over was because I didn't bet that one, the over in the Seahawks game, and I did not bet the over in the Cardinals game, but I do like the second half over in that Cardinals game, to be honest. I like the Cardinals in the second half. The over I see is 24 for the second half in the Dolphins and 28 in the Bills-Cardinals. I like the over in the Bills-Cardinals for sure. So we'll add that to our list. As Goff gets hit, but he escapes and then gets hit again. The Steelers just really struggling to move the football here against Cincinnati. I know there's wind, but I still don't understand it. The Broncos looks like they're going to call holding on this play. I'm not really sure. I guess it was definitely holding, but... roughing the passer call here against the Bengals. These are those Pittsburgh calls that the Steelers traditionally get at home that would make the difference. As Drew Lock throws an interception into the end zone. 10-6. It looks like we'll be going to the half in the Denver 3.5-point spread. Yep, I see the Miami over is 24 is what it is for the Miami game. Yeah, this is a halftime show. We went over Monday Night Football on our morning show. You can feel free to go back and look over that. Or Sunday Night Football, we went over that on our morning show. I also did 2 videos on it, so you can go back and check those as well. So, this is the halftime show, and that's what we're going to talk about is halftime. We did, it's not like we haven't covered that other stuff. So you certainly have the opportunity to see that. Excuse me. catching a cold here. Winter cold. Here we go. Oh, man. It's like, I'm not sure what's going on here. The under in the Cincy Steelers. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the under is because we're not at the second half yet. So we don't know what the line is. Those questions are always the ones that I never understand why people ask them. It's like they're asking for a bet on a line which doesn't exist, and it looks like the Steelers an incompletion. Roethlisberger just no touch whatsoever on that ball. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like I have like a little bit of a cold. I think sometimes I just ride it too hard, you know? That's what it is. My body just wears out. Yeah, no problem. But it's like I said, we're just going to cover the halftimes on this show. We'll be on at halftime of that Ravens game as well. I like the Ravens as the pick that I gave out. I mean the Patriots. I took the Patriots in that one. The Steelers trying to get it in, and they've lost yardage now. They have really, really struggled inside the red zone here in this game. So far, we have the Dolphins plus 2.5. Dolphins money line for the second half. It's now plus 155. And I took the Cardinals minus 3. Those are what we're in so far. The Broncos-Raiders is a pick for the second half now. It's a pick, but the Raiders minus 135. And I think that's just because Drew Lock. I mean, it's like you just can't count on this guy. And Steelers probably going to call a timeout here. Nope, they don't. They snap it. And Roethlisberger in trouble. Finds wide open in the end zone. That looks like Juju Schuster. Smith-Schuster. I call him Schuster. He's Juju Smith-Schuster. Touchdown Steelers. And that will make it 18-7. Pending the extra point. Will they go for 2 again? Or will they just go for the 1? The Steelers really needed a touchdown there. Looks like the Dolphins and the Chargers are getting ready to come back from the half. I have to say, super impressed with Tua today. I mean, some of the things that we kind of saw him do in college, and some of the things that he's been built to be able to do, he really can throw a nice pass. I mean, you want to see a beautifully thrown football. You watch Tua. I mean, this guy throws the nicest looking passes I think I've ever seen. I mean, it's really unbelievable. I mean, I've seen guys throw harder like Michael Vick. I've seen guys throw further like Michael Vick. I've seen guys with quicker releases and better releases like Dan Marino. But I've never seen anybody throw a football like this where it's just spinning, like just beautifully laid out every single time. Russell Wilson can throw passes like that too. But Tua is pretty amazing as the Dolphins are ready to go back from the half. We're going to jump on the Dolphins again, plus 2.5 and plus 155 on the money if you haven't got that one in yet and if you joined us late. The Ravens are going to probably lose outright is probably what's going to happen. That line is down to 6.5 with like no money with no action on the Ravens. It's down to 6.5. The books are very, very comfortable with their position on the Patriots in that game. That is the biggest square play out there. So we have a spammer from Twitch. A Twitch spammer. But 7% of the money bet on the spread in our sample, and 27% of all bets were bet on the Patriots. Yet the line, really, it's still in that 7 range. Go back to our games here and take a look at the lines. Yeah, I think Patriots are easy money in that one. The head coach wouldn't let Chubb score? No, that was his own decision. I think they teach that at Georgia. They don't teach math. It's like, I guess if you're a football player, you don't have to go to class. Todd Gurley has the same problem, figuring out what's the difference and what isn't. When between scoring and not scoring. Let's take another look here as the Dolphins receive the second half kickoff, and that game is underway. We'll go back and take a look at some of these second half lines. Right now, Broncos are now +1 against the Raiders. I still don't wear those throwback uniforms, kind of like Drake was wearing in this picture here, but they're wearing actually the white throwbacks. The Dolphins always seem to play really, really well in the throwbacks. And, I'm not a big uniform guy. I mean, the Mamba jerseys and all that other stuff, I always think that's a great opportunity to bet against. But the Dolphins do play better in the throwbacks. I think the Saints are going to be a good second half bet, but they're ready to score right here. And that might hurt us a little bit. We'll have to see what effect that has on the second half line. I think the Saints, it's just a matter of time. And the Cardinals and Bills are back on the field as well. So hopefully you jumped on that. We did put in a bet -3 on the Cardinals for the second half. Refreshing the second half. And right now, just the Broncos and Raiders. The Raiders have jumped from pick to -1.5 now. And the Bengals continue to try and run the football against the Steelers. I think, when you're playing against an aggressive defense, running like that, I think the Cardinals can come back and win. I think this game is far from over, this Cardinals-Bills game. It's going to be a wild one. And the Seahawks-Rams, another good one. It's 3rd and 9 here for the Dolphins. And the Bengals 2nd and 8. Touchdown, Alvin Kamara. That's his second touchdown of the day for the Saints. And T. Higgins becoming a threat here now for the Bengals. Well, Saints have 2 touchdowns. They're up now 17-16-10. Extra point pending. But that Broncos-Patriots line, or the Ravens-Patriots line, now it's 6.5. As the Bills get another first down. And the Bengals about a 8 or 9 yard pass on first down. So the Bengals have found some things that work, and it's called the open backfield with no back and the no back set. It's working really well for them against the Steelers. That's when they've been most effective. Miami had to punt in that first possession against the Chargers, and the Chargers now have the ball. I like the Raiders in the second half. I think the Broncos are just terrible. Drew Lock always I don't understand what he's doing. But Bengals pick up a first down here. I mean, we gave out the Patriots at 7 this morning, so I don't know. I think it's going to go even lower. The books want no part of the Ravens. They're saying all-you-can-eat buffet for the public on the Ravens. The Chargers moving the ball effectively here to start the second half into Miami territory. The Bills moving as well against the Cardinals, but now it's 3rd and 10. 2nd and 12 here for the Bengals and Joe Burrow. The Steelers come back trying to an incomplete pass over the middle. Steelers trying to get some pressure up the middle on them, and I think that's where they've been effective. I think if the Steelers can get another touchdown here before the half, this will really change the complexion of this game, which has been fairly competitive because, despite the 2 turnovers for the Bengals, they're hanging right in there. 202 total yards to 156. They are right in the thick of things. Got 3rd and 12 for the Bengals. And Joe Burrow smacked again in the pocket. Yeah, it's a rough thing having to go to Pittsburgh if you're a rookie quarterback like that. And that was TJ Watt there with the sack. Chargers 1st and 10 at the Miami 41. This is while we're waiting for the Rams and the Seahawks. Seahawks looking to kick a field goal right here before they go into the half. Then we have the Saints, and then, of course, the Steelers game with 4:30 left to go. And the field goal is good. So it's 17-13 Rams at the half. '49ers trying to maybe get something going here before the half as the Bengals have punted. Steelers let it go out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. Chargers 2nd and 2. Nothing doing. So it sets up a 3rd and 2 here for the Chargers. The Chargers got their touchdown on 4th down. You know, their one touchdown they got this game. They went for it on 4th down. So we should have a line here on the Rams and the Seahawks on the way. That's not out yet. This is my 4th show today, my 4th live show, and I still have one more to go. I'll be halftime of the Ravens-Patriots with Ann Shore. So be sure to join us for halftime of that one. Of course, I was live with the Computer Pick Show. I did our regular live show at 10 a.m. I did the halftime of the early games and now the late game halftimes. As Herbert has completed a pass and the Chargers are marching here against the Dolphins. It's kind of in a weird angle because my monitor here is kind of blocking off the corner of the screen. But a really nice run on 1st down. What they're getting is 2nd and manageable is basically what's happening with the Chargers is just putting themselves in really good down and distance. 2nd down and 3, 2nd down and 2. Gives them a lot of options. See if we can get a second half line on the Rams and the Seahawks. There's no line on it yet. Let's see. Yes, there is. Seahawks are -1 for the second half. The Rams +1 and +120. Steelers with a nice completion over the middle. Eric Ebron, guy who hasn't. And it looks like the Saints probably going to run out the clock here as well. I'm showing the Seahawks -1. Maybe the line's moving. Yeah, I still show it at -1. And the Raiders-Broncos line, of course, has come off now. The total on the Seahawks game, 27.5. Field a little bit more effectively than we've seen. And the Saints and Niners have gone to the half. So we just have one more game to go to the half, and that's the Steelers-Bengals. And we'll just follow along with that one as we head into the half. We'll make a pick, and that will be the end of our halftime show. It's our 4th live show today, and we will still have one more. So it's a lot of Mitch. A lot of Mitch. I like the Rams in this one, though, for the second half. I don't know about you guys. I think 17-13. I just think that the game probably ends right around here. 4-point game. And I think it's going to be the Rams. But I'm interested to see what the Saints-Niners second half line is. This game started off, it was all Niners, and then the reality set in, right? Still no line for the second half that I'm seeing on that game, though. Just so they're at the 2-minute warning now in the Steelers-Bengals game. The Chargers get a touchdown here to make it 17-13, extra point pending. Hunter Henry, it looks like, or 86, whoever that is. Yep, it is Hunter Henry. Yep, Nick Chubb screwed me. That's for sure. All right, so it's the Saints -3. I like that for the second half against the 49ers. I'm going to hit it fairly heavily on that one. Why not? The total on the Rams Seahawks is 28. I think an over is an okay play. It's a lean. I'm not playing it personally, but if I was, that's the way I would go. I would go over. $28 sounds like a trap for an NFL game for a half. I don't think so. I mean, I'm not playing it, but I mean, there was 30 in the first half. Yeah, I would parlay the Saints and the Rams. Why not? I don't have it at 1.5. I have it at -1. The Saints are now at +100 at -3. The line just flipped to +100. I don't like 3.5. I like -3. I would take it, though. I mean, I guess if that was the only option I had available. But the line is going the other way. I would find another book. Got a lot of comments. I should be posting all these. Yeah, there's been a few bad interceptions today, too. But the overall quality of the games has been good. Except for Nick Chubb. He's an idiot. I don't think the Ravens are going to cover. I think it looks like a very, very, very public play. Touchdown Bills. 23-9 Buffalo. We're just waiting on the Bengals Steelers here to go to the half. I like the Saints in this one, -3, +100. The Rams back to +1 at -115. That had gone to 1.5. So it's 4th and 12 now for the Steelers. My guess is another field goal attempt. But if you have the Steelers, this puts you up if he makes it, which we're not going to give it to him just yet. Let's see what happens here. But these are very important points depending on where you bet the game. And it's good. Oh, but there's a flag on the play. These are very, very important points, so we'll have to see what this flag is. Got to remember the Steelers received the first half, so the Bengals will receive the second. It's after the field goal. The field goal is good, so the penalty 22-7, and that's why I said those are really, really important points because this line went 7, 6.5. So now that puts the Steelers up by 15. So even a touchdown by the Bengals isn't going to do it to cover with them. Meanwhile, the Dolphins now have the ball and Tua under center here. He is under center. He's not in the shotgun, which is rare right these days. What an arm. I mean, he just zipped one over the middle. I have to say that this guy throws some of the best passes I've ever seen. I said it earlier. I'll say it again. If you're looking for the nicest looking passes you'll ever see, But the Steelers will be, no flag on the play. The Steelers will be kicking off here. And I think everyone like me is hoping this thing just goes to the half. But the Steelers have 3 timeouts. The Bengals just 1 timeout. So if the Bengals go to run out the clock, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers stop the clock. The Bengals run the ball out of the end zone there, stopped at the 22-yard line, looking up at the TV. I'm like looking up. I have, I think it's 70-inch TV, right? I mean, I can't touch it, but it's right behind the camera. So like the camera's blocking it, the monitor. The Dolphins ripping off another big run down to the 32-yard line. Man, these are 2 teams to watch. And the Bengals, with a completion to Giovanni Bernard, well, maybe now they're going to try and actually do something here. So 1:30 left to go in the half there in Pittsburgh. The Bengals sort of in the zone. It'd be interesting to see if the Bengals turn it over here. I mean, that's what you would think is going to happen. But actually, it's just a short pass over the middle. I don't think Chubb fixed the game. I think the guy just doesn't know how to add. I think that Georgia, Todd Gurley, same school, right? I mean, these guys just don't know how to add. If you're a football player at Georgia, you're not allowed to know math, I think, And hopefully it screws them out of some bonus later on down the road. But the Bengals with 49 seconds, 48, 47, 46. I don't know what the total was on that game to think that Bills or Cardinals go on over or under. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's in the third quarter, but I don't know what the total was, so I can't really make a decision on it. I think the second half we gave out the over for, but I don't know what the total was. But the Bengals certainly moving here. They called their final timeout, and they're in Pittsburgh territory, probably thinking, maybe they can get a field goal here, maybe even a touchdown before the half at 29 seconds. And the way today's gone, Tua gets away with one. It goes right through the Charger defender's arms. I mean, it looked like an interception, and it goes right into the Dolphins receiver. So Dolphins ball at the 18-yard line, 1st and 10. And a really, really nice tackle as it'll be 2nd and 10. That's Denzel Perryman from the University of Miami making the tackle for the Chargers. And the Bengals with 29 seconds left to go in the half at the Pittsburgh 35. Joe Burrow is sacked. They have no timeouts. He's back at the 48-yard line. That was TJ Watt. I'm going to guess they're going to run out the clock. 18, 17, 16. 15 seconds to go in the half. They spike it. There's 12 seconds left to go in the half. The Dolphins just slamming it into the line here. Doesn't make a lot of sense on 2nd down. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 8 from maybe the 16-yard line. I don't understand that play call there. I would have probably tried to get outside, but I'm not an NFL head coach. We just have one more game that hasn't gone to the half. Pick the Saints, -3 for the second half. That one is even money at -3. Let's see if it's changed at all. Nope, it's still there. And the Rams have kicked off. Seattle receiving the second half kickoff all the way out to the 35-yard line. The Dolphins throw one into the end zone, but this ball was nowhere near Devontae Parker. The Chargers defenders had a better chance at it. Now we're starting to get into these weird numbers, okay? So now this is how you get into these -1.5, -2s, all these weird numbers, because now the Dolphins are going for a field goal. They're going to be up by 6. If the Chargers score a touchdown, they're up by 1. The Dolphins kick a field goal, they're up by 2. You get onto these weird numbers, and the thing is, there are small numbers out there on this game. I'm in at 1.5. I know that on the Dolphins, so I'm probably on the right side of a weird number, but we'll have to see exactly how it pans out. There it is. So the field goal is good, but it makes it 20-14, and that is a odd number there. The Raiders get a field goal as well, up 13-6 now. And just 6 seconds left to go in the half of the Steelers-Bengals game. I got to say that even though I'll be back for the Sunday night halftime, I'm kind of this is about as much as I want to do in a day as far. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a play-by-play guy. I always thought that would be a cool job. And the Bengals get it down, but the clock runs out. And that will be halftime of the Bengals-Steelers. We're going to give out a Bengals-Steelers pick. The Steelers lead by 15 points at the half. We're going to give out a pick. The Bengals receive the second half kickoff. We're going to give a pick out in the Bengals-Steelers game, and that's going to be the end of our show until halftime of the Ravens-Patriots game. Russell Wilson leaving it all out on the field. Let's see where they spot him. It is going to be close. You ever have like that Sunday afternoon? So for me, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And you ever have like the 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday? It's kind of like you're ready for a nap, and you want like a brownie or something with some ice cream. You know, it'd be nice touch. I said that to my wife. I'm like, how about some brownies? See if we got a line here for the second half. Not yet. It'll be just a second. Steelers-Bengals is what we're waiting on. Once we get a line, we will give out a pick and call it a show. So thanks to everyone that's joined us. I would play Pat's money line. Matter of fact, I haven't put it in, but I might. So it's Bengals +1, Steelers -1. You could hedge this out with the Bengals +1 if you have the Steelers and, you're locked in. You have a gigantic middle. You get that full touchdown of a middle in there if you take it. But the books are begging you to take it with that number. I think it's just a really tough play. But we know the Bengals are going to have to pass. They do get the ball to start the second half. It's a pick 'em now. It's dropped to a pick 'em from the Steelers +1. Or Steelers -1 to a pick. Bengals pick 'em at +110. Steelers pick at -130. Not really something I'm looking to bet. I already have the Steelers in this game. I'm going to take the Steelers again. The total is 23. Now it's at 22. And I like the over in the second half. I think these guys are going to figure out the wind a little more. We're probably going to see a little less punting. I like over 22 in the second half of the Steelers, Bengals, and the Steelers. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tonight, halftime of the Ravens-Patriots game. I gave out a pick and a video on that. I gave out picks on the live show on it, so you can check all those out. And, of course, Stanley went through the live show and put out exactly what time we gave out each of our picks. So have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys in a few hours, halftime of the Ravens game against the Patriots.